Yo, what's good guys, this is Miasin and today I am back with the Metalfoes deck profile. So, first of all, I actually uploaded the combo video yesterday, so it's already on my channel, you can check it out if you haven't so already. And also, basically, this deck is actually very consistent. It doesn't always do full combo, but even when it doesn't full combo, it still makes like pretty respectable boards, which is what I really like about it. And also, it's a real deck. It's not like just a gimmick that you can say, oh, whatever, all it does is make negate, but you can't really bring it to a real event. No, like, you can actually bring this to a legitimate event, and you can do very well. This deck actually abuses the crap out of Super Poly. It's not even funny. In game 2 and 3, if you're going second, you're like completely fine. If you draw Super Poly, and you have like a 41% chance, you kind of just win the game, because like any normal summon like Metalfoes is like already, it breaks a full board because of this guy. Metalfoes Crimsonite requires one Metalfoes monster and just 2 monsters with 3000 or less attack. So it's even more generic than the Shadal package, basically. I mean the Shadal like extra deck. So yeah, this deck is just really good. And also, I'm going to explain my background a little bit with this deck. So I have played Draco Metalfoes myself in the past, in 2018 actually. I have attended 3 events in my life, like that I played like actually with the Draco Metalfoes, and those 3 events were 2 regionals and 1 YCS in the span of like, I think it was 2 months, not even. And I won both regionals back to back, and I top 32 the YCS. So yeah, Metalfoes are really cool. I love them. Definitely one of my favorite decks, if not, I want to say it's in like the top 3 of my favorite decks of all time, alongside Infernoid Zodiac and Cyber Dragons. But yeah, I just love those decks so much, and I had like really cool success with them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the deck profile. So first of all, you can already see that I'm playing 3 Volflame, and also I'm playing 3 Summoner's Art, which can only search Volflame. I do not play the Clifford package, because I think the Clifford package is a huge waste of extra deck. It's 2 cards, and also when you play the Clifford package, it's like, you're kind of just committing yourself just to Infinity Pass, which is weak, because you could actually just explode way more, and also you're still playing the Monolith brick, so it's like, eh. And also, they're not really scalable. You can only Pendulum summon them, because they have the restriction of you can only summon like Clifford monsters, so no, I'm just not a fan of the Clifford cards, of course. They're not too great. 3 Gold Driver, of course. 3 Gold Driver, Silvered, and Stealing, they can all be surged by Painful Decision. I don't like playing 3 Painful Decision, because it's once per turn. I play 2 just because, you know, whatever. I mean, I'd rather have them in hand than actually just special summon them, since Electrum's banned. So just like turboing to Electrum is not as good as it used to be. That's why I'm not playing cards like Emergency Teleport and Unexpected Die. I do not think that those cards are good anymore. They used to be okay. Same thing with Rescue Rabbit, by the way, and Rescue Hamster. I am not playing them as well for the exact same purpose. Like, you're summoning 2 monsters before your Pendulum summon, and you're doing what? There's no Electrum, so the best play you can do is like Claw Thief, but like, it's only good when you have a monster to revive from a grave, and it has to be like a spellcaster, so that's why your normal summon has to be Abductor at all costs. Like, Abductor is the best normal summon there is, and even when you don't have Abductor, it's not the end of the world, because you have Magician Souls, which is pretty much just as good to draw as Abductor, and also, you don't have just Magician Souls, you have Where Art Thou, and now I might actually see some people saying, oh no, but Where Art Thou looks so gimmicky in the deck, right? You don't have a lot of level 1 monsters, how do you make this live? Well, let me tell you something, my friend. Pretty much just 2 Metalfoes that are level 4 or lower can actually turn on Where Art Thou. You normal summon one of them, you make Link Spider, and then you use the effect of Link Spider to summon 1 level 4 or lower Metalfoes from your hand, so basically a vanilla monster to a zone it points to, and then you make yourself a Phoenix, and then you turn it off to Link Cross and you summon 2 tokens, and the tokens just conveniently happen to be level 1 monsters, which allow you to use Where Art Thou. And Where Art Thou does not negate the level, the effect of the monster that you add. Negate the effect, yeah, sorry. And also, you can search Magician Souls and Bismugear. So, very cool utility that I actually showcased in my combo video. So, if you are skeptical, go ahead and feel free to check it out. I like it a lot. Where Art Thou has been fantastic for me. I noticed a huge consistency boost when I added it to the deck. It was absolutely fantastic, so yeah. I think I've explained everything here. I just did not explain Endymion and Mythical Beast Jackal King. So Endymion is very self-explanatory. You never use any of its effects. Well, actually, you can use the monster effect to negate something, which is like the quote-unquote 9th negate when your hand is the nuts. But like it's not gonna come up super often, and Jackal King is it's just a good card. Like besides, I mean, you need level 6 or higher spellcasters to trigger Magician Souls. Otherwise, it has to take your normal summon, and you can't really like full combo really well. So I just wanted to make sure like I was actually playing 2. And this has to be a level 7 because you need to overlay with Volflame to make Odd Ice Absolute into Vortex. So you always have access to this. And when you send a combination with Souls, you're always gonna search the Volflame that you need. So pretty much you always have your 2 level 7s. Jackal King is just like whatever. If you drew this, then you fuse using this, you send it to the grave, and then you can Pendulum summon this, and it's just like an actual interruption. So it's just like insurance policy. It's the correct, like, lineup, I guess, of level 6 or higher spellcasters that you can play. However, if you really want to, you can also play Cerberus and multiple Jackal Kings. That also works very well. The only issue is that it would actually go over 40, so unless you're actually cutting Painful Decision or, like, Into the Void, it's not gonna work really well, so yeah. But, no, I like this monster lineup a lot. I think it's really good, so yeah. Triple Desires, of course, you really need to get to your engine, and one really cool thing about Desires is that sometimes it can kind of be clunky in your hand, but first of all, you don't need to like activate it when your hand is already like decent, and also outside of like Metalfoes Fusion and the combination, you really don't care too much about what you banish, because you're playing 3 of literally everything, so as long as you can send your Endymion first, you're completely fine, and sometimes you can't even send this, but you're still fine because you can actually just search 2 Wolflames and make like Absolute the hard way. So that also works. So Desire's not too risky as long as you can, you know, play safe and actually just, I mean, be pessimistic pretty much and like assume that you're going to banish your fusion. So just make sure you always set it first instead of being greedy and setting like combination. Yeah, you know, I don't think I've ever been punished too hard, and if you draw multiples, then you just send the multiples, the duplicates with, souls, so you really need that extra consistency, it's just way too important. Yeah. I already explained every card here. Into the Void is basically like another upstart, one cute trick is that this card works just like Card of the Mice does in, Draco with Amano Iwato, with the Bismuth gear. So during the end phase, you actually discard your whole hand first, and usually you have like nothing in your hand anyways, because you Pendulum summon everything, and you fuse away everything and use everything as a scale. And then after discarding your whole hand, Bismuth Gear will trigger searching your card. So even though you technically discarded your whole hand, you still end with a card in your hand, which is it's cute, yeah. So it's a way to cheat the system. And Full Metalfoes Fusion, I was super back and forth on this or Super Poly in the main deck. The issue is this is kind of like searchable, even though it's like not a really good draw, but on game 1, I want to make sure that I actually do what my deck is supposed to do, instead of actually like trying to cheese a win with like a card that's like outside, like it's not really like my deck, like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but Super Poly unfortunately was a part of the Bricky Hands, whereas even though Metalfoes Fusion is definitely a part of Bricky Hands, at least, you know, I have access to it even without having to draw it. If Super Poly could be searched without, you know, the usage of like the really bad Gate 0 and Gate Infinity cards, I'd probably main deck like 1 Super Poly, but definitely 3 in the side is clearly a must because you really need to abuse Crimsonite, so yeah. And only 2 combination, please don't play 3, it's not worth it. Like, you rather see your Metalfoes cards anyways, because you really have to stack your extra deck, so you can do a fat Pendulum summon, because every time you Pendulum summon this deck, you always Pendulum 3 from your extra deck. So you really need to use the effect to destroy themselves while setting cards. It's actually a +1 every time you use their effects. Ironically, this is what I really wanted to say, is that even though they are vanilla monsters, they are the vanilla monsters with the best effects in the game. Like, let that sink in your head. Like, when's the last time you said, oh yeah, that card is a vanilla, but like, I'd rather see this than see like any like other effect monster in my deck. That's actually really cute, but yeah, it's the way they work. You know, some hands sometimes have like 5 vanilla monsters and you randomly OTK. name me like any other deck that can randomly do that. Like literally it's only this deck. Yeah, going for the extra deck, I already explained Crimsonite is just solely for Super Poly, honestly. Orichalc is really cool. It's actually one of the interruptions in the combo. So you fuse for Orichalc during your own turn with using Mithrilium and a Metalfoes monster. You make Orichalc, and then during your opponent's turn, you actually fuse into Alcahest using Orichalc and the monster that you searched with Bismugear during the end phase. And then Orichalc is going to pop a card on the field, on the summon of Alcahest, because it's sent to the grave for the fusion summon. And then Alcahest is going to steal something. So it's a really cool interaction, and also it's also an accessible way to out floodgates and problematic cards. So Orichalc is amazing, and also it has the exact same effect as Chaos Max. But actually, no, it has a better effect than Chaos Max, I want to say, with the piercing damage, even though it can still be targeted and destroyed by card effects. But it actually gives the double piercing to every Metalfoes on your field. So against like decks like Shadows, this can randomly like kill them, like out of nowhere, because they don't have the best defense. So sometimes they just set monsters. You kill them. I've done this against like Trick Clown in the past, in a YCS, in a feature match, and that was cute. Like he takes 1,000, and then I boom 56 to the face. You're dead. So Orichalc is amazing. I love the card. Vortex, very self-explanatory. This card is once again extremely unique, because in this deck, Vortex is actually 2 interruptions, not just 1, because you actually summon the Vortex during your opponent's turn. So on top of being able to negate anything, you also bounce back a monster to your opponent's hand, because it does have that effect too. Like obviously when people summon Vortex on their own turn, the bounce effect is useless unless your opponent like Phantasmate or Nibiru'd, but once you summon it during your opponent's turn, it's like a double interruption. I love Vortex just as much as I love like the other cards. Pretty much every fusion in this deck is insane. It's crazy. It's the fusion deck. Fusion and Pendulum deck. So you can get debarriered and still play the game. It's awesome. And then Alcahest, Thought Eyes Absolute Dragon, Appaloosa, it's part of the combo. Unicorn, you can go for it if you want to. If you like, if you feel like the Appaloosa isn't worth it, then the Masquerena, because you always make Masquerena, just turns into Unicorn. And once again, you go Masquerena plus Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, Unicorn, bounce back a monster, shuffle back a card, and then you're ready to negate cards, and you still have like other negates. So yeah. Phoenix, this is just pretty much a generic Link 2 that you need, because at the very beginning of the combo, when you go Link Karibo plus Abductor to make a monster, it has to be a Link 2 that you instantly turn to Link Cross, so you can make Cross Sheep and use a scale to pop the second token to set the fusion. So Phoenix, I just felt like it was the best. It's also utility, and also this deck has main deck out to anti-spell fragrance. Like your hand can literally be just all vanillas, and you can out anti-spell, because once again, normal summon Link Spider, normal summon make Link Spider, special from hand, Phoenix, boom, pop, and then you continue your plays. So it's also the one Pendulum deck that completely like doesn't care at all about anti-spell, which is also unique. And then Cross Sheep, of course, this card is super disgusting since you're always fusion summoning. If anything, I would actually love to play two of these, but honestly, you only really need one, because after you summon your first one, you only have like Link 4s and gigantic fusions on the field. So when's the next time you're gonna make a Link 2, right? Are you really gonna link off your Appaloosa and something? Nah, hell no. One Cross Sheep is enough. And then all these cards are used for the combo. Link Karibo, you actually need to use the effect from Grave of Link Karibo, so it is relevant. Yeah, it has synergy with Link Cross, so yeah. And then for the side deck, once again, this is not really a side deck, just a bunch of ideas, but this deck is one of the rare decks that also abuse Sphere Mode and Denko, because you don't really need your normal summon, and you can OTK at the speed of light, so these cards are good. However, you just gotta make sure that when you Denko, you actually play very carefully, because you can't use the effect of the skills, because they also set. So yeah, but don't worry, this is a Pendulum deck, so it's quite easy to kill your opponent. And also, most of the time when you're Denkoing your opponent, they're not doing much anyways. Even if you pass on like 5 key damage, most of the time they're just passing back and then you kill them again, so yeah. Yeah, so just try to imagine this against Adamantia, right? Sphere Mode and Super Poly, you draw any of them and you're good, like you win. You literally win, because Super Poly is going to break 3 to 4 interruptions minimum at least. and it just puts you in the driver's seat and allows you to like keep playing the game, and you don't have to worry about the most oppressive things they can do. So yeah. Then Purple Poison is another like really cool card that you can play. I used to play that. Actually, all of the events that I played in my life with Dracophos, I played Purple Poison. This is not my tech though, so I have to shout out Aaron McInnes and Nick Petzold for actually coming up. Well, I mean, I think Aaron was the original innovator of Dracophos back in the days. But yeah, this card is actually really good. It's especially good with Draconic Diagram, actually. So yeah, and actually speaking of Diagram, if you want, you can still play the engine. I just feel like Magician's Souls kind of took its place, so you don't really need those cards anymore, but they're still like cool consistency cards. Diagram is still obviously really explosive. It's just, now that it's at 1, you're kind of like seeing these spells more often, even though they're not bricks, you know, like they still get your combination like popped, and then if you draw 2, then the Heritage actually, on top of being another card that can pop combination, is also a draw. You know, the engine is still very good, so you can play like 3 with 1 Terraforming if you want, and then you can side 1 Secret Village, because it's really easy to end on a Spellcaster. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, Spellcasters are super generic. Even Hita actually turns on Secret Village, and you don't even need to like to play a single Spellcaster in the main deck. But that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Actually, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. If you have any questions, once again, make sure to leave them in the comment section. I will be answering most of them, I hope. And also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are interested in more combo videos and more deck profiles and more videos like this. Actually, I'm going to try my best to be more productive in the next couple of days and next couple of weeks and next couple of lifespans. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and yeah, Yasin is signing out. Peace!